Hi, my name is Paul Richmond. I'm an artist and a gay man, and I'm here to share my story and help spread the message to gay teenagers that it does get better. It was not very long ago when I wouldn't have believed that message myself, but hopefully by sharing my story, maybe some of you can recognize that you're not so alone, that other people are going through the same exact thing, and that we've come out on the other side of it. That's, I think, the most important thing. Right now, you may feel stuck in a situation where you don't have a lot of options. For me, I grew up in a small conservative community. I went to Catholic school, and I loved my parents, and I didn't want to disappoint them. And homosexuality was not even an option in our household. It was so looked down upon. And so I grew up in that kind of environment, and as I started to detect some signals in myself that could identify me as a homosexual person, I did everything in my power to hide them, to bury them deeply. I couldn't even use the word gay, as a matter of fact. All throughout my teenage years, college, I wouldn't even consciously let myself admit that there was a chance that I could be gay, even though I wanted nothing more than to grow up and be Dolly Parton, and I was attracted to all of the hot guys in my class. Somehow, in my mind, I managed to convince myself, well, these are just, issues I need to work through. I'm not really gay. And so that's sort of, where I was coming from. Fortunately, the thing that really helped me was that ever since I was a little kid, I've always identified myself as an artist. And my parents really encouraged that. They found a wonderful teacher, mentor, who worked with me throughout my entire childhood and made me feel really proud of that. So even though as I grew older and started to notice how different I was from the other people in my class, and started to experience bullying and people picking on me and calling me horrible names like faggot, I also could take pride in the fact that I knew I was really good as an artist and focus a lot of my energy on that and the creative outlet. And I use my artwork throughout my childhood into adulthood, even now, to explore and express a lot of what I have gone through. So rather than sit here and just go on and on, I want to share with you a few of the paintings that I've made throughout my life and tell you the stories behind them, and hopefully you'll be able to relate to something in there, and maybe you'll see something that will remind you of your own journey. This painting is called The Piece That Doesn't Fit. I made it when I was 14 years old, and that's a self-portrait that you see at the bottom, the little boy in the puzzle piece, and sure enough, that piece doesn't fit in the space that's allotted. And I think it's a really good indication of how I felt at the time and how many GLBT teenagers feel kind of isolated from the others in their class and not sure how to fit in. This is a painting called Born That Way, and it deals with the sense that even as a young child, that there was something inherently different about me, something that I thought others would see as wrong. And despite my efforts to change those things or hide them, they still just kept bubbling up to the surface. This painting is called A World Apart, and it deals with the period of my life when I started to realize that I had to suppress parts of myself in order to fit in with other people. I recognized there was something different about me that I had to bury in order to be able to have the kind of relationship I wanted with my peers and with my family. This painting is called the Dolly Pop Guild, and it is all about my love of Dolly Parton, which wasn't exactly something that I shared with many of the other boys in my class in school, but nonetheless, I wanted nothing more than to grow up and be Dolly, so this painting is kind of a celebration of all things Dolly. And this painting is called Forgive Me, Father, For I Know Not. And it deals with the conflict that I really started to experience as a teenager when I became attracted to other men and was at the same time learning in school, in religion class, that that was a sin and that was wrong. So this painting kind of is a way to explore some of those contradictions in my life at that time. This painting is called Not Just a Closet, and it's all about the period of my life when I finally just was able to come out of the closet. I had just graduated from art school, and I became really good friends with another graduate from my class, and we started a mural painting business together, and she was the first person that I told that I was gay. And so in this painting, I've painted myself kind of bursting up, like I was taking a breath for the first time after being underwater for a long period of time. This painting is called Contemplating His Dharma, and it's a portrait of my partner, Dennis. We have been together for almost 5 years, and I never could have imagined as a teenager that I would be at a place in my life where I would be able to have a relationship with another man that is so wonderful and so fulfilling, and also to have that fully accepted by my parents. We go visit my parents, and they love Dennis. And it's taken a lot of work, but it is just unbelievably wonderful and something I couldn't have possibly imagined. So thank you for listening, and hang in there. I know it's difficult sometimes, but it does get better, and the reason it gets better is because people like you will make it better, and there's more progress made with every generation, and I'm so excited to see the things that you guys are going to do to make it even better for the next generation of teenagers who hopefully won't have to go through the same things that you're dealing with right now. I believe in our lifetime we're going to see marriage equality and so many other wonderful things. This is just the beginning. So please know that you're not alone. We're all in this together, and it does get better.